Hello, I'm Yalda Hakim. Our top story on Impact today: protests in Pakistan over the shocking rape and murder of a child. The body of Zainab was found in a rubbish dump. 2 protesters have died in rioting as anger mounts over a series of child abductions. After the violence in Rakhine State, the Myanmar army admits for the first time to killing 10 Rohingya men and dumping their bodies in a mass grave. And YouTube cuts business ties with blogger Logan Paul after he posted a video appearing to show the body of a suicide victim. That's all coming up here on Impact. Welcome. The last images of 6-year-old Zainab show her being led away by a man. Days later, her body was found on a rubbish dump. She'd been raped and strangled. The girl's death has led to angry protests in the Pakistani city of Kasur, where it's just the latest in a series of child murders. There's now massive pressure on the police to solve the case, and social media has taken up the cause with the Justice for Zainab hashtag. Henna Saeed reports.
Zainab Ansari was on her way to a Quran recital when she went missing last week. 4 days later, her body was found in a rubbish dump. A post-mortem suggests she had been raped and strangled. CCTV footage has since emerged, showing Zainab being led away by an unknown man. A funeral prayer for Zainab was performed by a well-known cleric. Her devastated mother said she just wants justice.
I just want justice. I don't want anything else. I don't have Zainab anymore.
Her case is the latest in a series of shocking child murders in Kasur, an eastern city in Pakistan's Punjab province. Police say there have been 12 similar murders in the past 2 years. 5 of them are linked to one suspect, this man. The murder has sparked outrage in Kasur, with hundreds of protesters taking to the street, angry at a lack of action by authorities. 2 people have died after police used live rounds on an angry crowd trying to storm the police headquarters. The case has sparked a social media campaign using the hashtag Justice for Zainab, which has attracted the attention of global figures such as child rights activist Malala. They are demanding action. Those in Kasur will be hoping it happens before another innocent life is taken.
And Henna joins us now live from Lahore. Henna, you've just returned from Kasur, and we're just looking there at your piece. So much anger still out on the streets.
Definitely. People are very angry because this is not the first time that a child has been abducted, brutally raped and murdered in the city of Kasur. People are tired of hearing government complaints and, the normal strategy that they use. We are investigating and we will find out who the culprit is. It has been many years since the first such case came to surface in 2015. Initially, they were said that 300 kids were manipulated and they were strangled and they died. And then it came down to only 9. And then 13 people were on trial in that case, but only 2 were convicted. All the rest of them were set free because there was lack of evidence. So people are pretty angry because the situation is not under control in Kasur. Parents are worried about the safety of their children, be it the girl child or the boy child. So Zainab is a case which is of not one child, but the entire nation. The entire nation is speaking against this now. There are 2 kinds of protests going on in Pakistan. One is on the streets in Kasur, where people are, damaging government property and private property. On the other hand, there is a social protest also going on with the hashtag Justice for Zainab, where the entire nation has come together, celebrities, politicians and everybody, and they want the government to finally take some action. Earlier in the day, we saw that the government has announced a 10 million prize money for anybody who would give information about the suspect. And they have promised that his name or her name will not be revealed. But these are all tactics being used by the government to settle down the protesters who are still protesting, majorly in Kasur, but now the protests have spread all across Pakistan.
I mean, as you say, the anger is mostly directed at the authorities, and the images that have been discovered, the CCTV images, they're so chilling of that little girl being taken away. I mean, is that not enough evidence for them, for the authorities to try and get to the bottom of this?
We earlier spoke to the police officials in the city of Kasur, and they informed us that initially they had got 100 CCTV footages, but out of them only 13 footages were potentially good enough to identify the man. But even then, you cannot see the face of the man very clearly. So image enhancement techniques are being used by the forensic department, and that is the only way that a breakthrough is expected in this case. Besides that, the police officials have also informed BBC that over 50 people's DNA were tried to match with that of the culprit, but none of the DNA matched. And the only breakthrough expected now is through that CCTV footage that they have.
Henna, thanks so much for bringing us up to date on the case of Zainab. And you can read more about this story on our website, including details on the investigation into Zainab's murder, plus a special report on child abuse in Pakistan. That's all at the usual place, bbc.com/news.